I look, sixth All-Star appearance. You know, it's one thing to be a perennial All-Star, but it doesn't seem like you've been around that long, does it?
No, it don't. I looked at it and said I've been very blessed, to be with LeBron. Both of us been in our 6th year in All-Star games. So, I've been blessed.
When you talk about this one in particular, does it mean anything special due to the fact that maybe because your team isn't playing that well and you've had to carry the load yourself?
Well, this ain't the first time I came into the break and my team won over 500. I think this is actually the 3rd time that it's happened that way. But it is always special, first of all, to be voted in by the fans. Anytime you can get voted in by the fans, that's always special. And just to be here and this whole weekend, it'd be something that you remember for a lifetime. So more so than, your team, this is the first time you can individually feel good about, something that you've done on the court.
Growing up in Chicago, suburbs, going to Marquette. Now you play in Miami, of course, but coming here and seeing the snow, what'd you think?
Man, I felt like I was going back home. I didn't know where I landed. Was it Milwaukee? Was it Chicago? We landed down here in Dallas and see them big flakes. I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be a different All-Star right here.
You look at the Bulls record. You say you're under 500, but you're still in the playoff hunt, in Miami. What can you do? Where do you want to finish? Is it important to get up there to the 4th spot if you could?
Well, the positive for us, first of all, is that, we ended the first half of the season, winning 2 good games back-to-back against Houston and in Atlanta, which is a tough place to win. So, we're going into the second half of the season knowing that we got to finish up this tough road streak that we're in. But after that, we're home pretty much towards the end of the season. So, we got to keep our head above water for a while, and then we're able to attack, going down the end of the stretch. And, we see that, and we know that we can be one of the hottest teams at the end of the year.
Shortly before those 2 big wins, you made a comment saying that you thought the team was too predictable. Some people thought you were maybe saying that you weren't happy with Eric Spoelstra. You wanted Pat Riley to come down out of his chair. What was the reaction? What made you say that?
Well, that's not what I meant at all. It's at times in the game, where I'm a guy who get double team a lot. It just comes where I know it's in the 3rd or the 4th it's going to come, and I feel like sometimes my teammates might be counting on me to do too much, and I just want them to be free and want them to play like they did the last 2 games and not be predictable. And if I pass the ball, you try to give it right back to me. Make plays, shoot the ball, be confident. More so than from the coach's standpoint. At the end of the day, we the players on the floor. We control how the game is going to go, and our coach Spo is very open to any suggestions we have. So there was no problem there.
Are those the good teams that do that to you, like the Clevelands that let you score 30 points in a half, then they hold you to 2 in the second?
Yeah.
Is it a team like that you see, now it's all on me. I have to make the pass, but my teammates have to do something after I give them the ball?
Well, it used to be just the real good teams. Now it's every team. They figure out that that's the way to, hold me down, especially if I'm going early. And, that's fine. I'm a willing passer. I just want to make sure that everyone is confident enough to make sure that when those times come, we know when they're going to come. When they come, let's be aggressive. Let's make sure that they get out. Let's get them out of this, soon. And not go through a stretch where we're missing 8 and 9 shots in a row. And then now the game is away from us.
We have a final Twitter question from Chris Close. He wants to know what your feelings are as one of the stars in the league right now, 6th All-Star game, about the star power in the NBA right now and the marquee players.
Well, I think that the NBA is in good hands. It's a lot of talk going on about players and the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, all these things. But I think we have some good quote unquote star power players in this league. But overall, I think the league is in great hands. We got up and coming players. When you talk about the D Roses, the Tariq Evans, the Brandon Roys, the Brandon James, I can go on and on. And we got so many players up and coming that's going to continue to make sure that this league is where it is. So I think we're in good hands.
And you're still young. 6 All-Star appearances. By the time you're done, you could have a dozen, maybe more.
Whew, that's a lot. I can have a dozen more. Yeah,
I would think so.
If they keep voting for me.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, okay.